Welcome everybody to Casual Gamer Oz as we get to the penultimate round of Season 4 in F1 2017 career mode with Toro Rosso driver Ben Waterworth. We're into the Brazilian round of the race season. My name is Ben Waterworth and we're about to do a lap here of the Interlagos circuit. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. We've had a best qualifying here at pole position in our second season on F1 2016 and we of course won that race as well. So that's where we're at in terms of our performance. And good news, folks, we got another successful upgrade on the car. The major upgrade that we had on the fuel cells worked, and therefore we have gotten that major upgrade. The bad news is, as you just saw, I got all out of sorts there into turn 1, and we're on the back foot here as we're going to try and qualify in the top 16, and it's not looking likely right now. But we officially, folks, have the most powerful engine in F1 2017 with all of our upgrades to the powertrain. So there you go, and I don't think we're going to get enough just in time to move forward into Abu Dhabi, because given there's an invitation around, we can't actually upgrade our car in between this round and Abu Dhabi unless we skip the invitation round, which maybe we will do. I'm going to run myself wide there so badly, and that is going to cost me a oodles bunch of time. We're just hanging on the bubble for 16th. We want to finish there to get as much reputation increase as we can. Surely with the power unit here, we can stick on to 16th here at the moment. On the bubble, on the bubble, on the bubble, still on 16th. Like to be a lot higher than that. Should get 16th, we will get 16th. Well, at least they're satisfied with it, but I'm not. That mistake in turn 1 cost me a lot better position there. It's 14th here last season. But that's life. Alrighty, so let's see if we can bounce back, and let's see if we can get ourselves a decent finish here in Interlagos in our penultimate round in Season 5. Season 4, Ben. Let's do this. I don't know what I'm talking about. We've lost all favour with Red Bull after Mexico when we clipped Ricardo, so I think Renault, we're going to be in a Renault next year. I've got a feeling based on them being very interested in us off the reputation tree. So I think we'll take the Renault drive. It's going to be probably Renault or Haas or McLaren, I think. And I think Renault is definitely the better option. So I have to start working that team up. And hopefully we won't stick 4 years with them. No, we're not going to get to 500 there. And we're losing a rivalry. And yeah, it's going to be Renault Sauber, actually, based on that. Alright, let's get into race day. We fitted a new engine, by the way. So just to inform you there. Our last unused engine for the season. Again, I'll just repeat our best finish here in Brazil. We won this race. One of our only 2 victories in Casual Gamer Oz. We, of course, won in Sauber in F1 2016. Our second season, we got a victory in Italy and a victory in Brazil. So we have won races here. If you've only been watching F1 2017 videos and think, really? You've won races? F1 2016 we did. Alright, how will the fuel efficiency be here in Brazil based on what they told us? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, we're inside, that's good. Well, we've got 1.3 laps, but it's a matter of how efficiently it goes through. Alright, let's go. Brazil is underway. What can happen in this tight little first turn? I'm going to break it here. Whoa. We don't want to lose any part of the front wing. Don't get too much curb there. And who else but Alonso is going to be racy against you that way. Off circuit. We're side by side with the Renault. And we're just going to breeze past the Honda-powered McLaren there, if you don't mind. And according to Jeffrey, I've got some damage. Mustn't be major. Don't think it's major. We're going to dive up here a few cars. We're not going to get the Force India there. Oh, we've got a Haas on the inside of us there. And we're going to have to stick to the inside line here because we know that it gets tricky into this section. Previous seasons, of course. That incident with Massa, I remember, was at our very first race here in Brazil in our first season on F1 2016. I remember that very well. Whoa, as I dive bomb Ocon. Thank you very much, Esteban, for not doing your usual and taking me out. How is my damage? No, it's light green. That's not too bad. Or dark green, I should say. How's the fuel efficiency going here, folks? Still on rich mode. Seem to be catching the cars in front here a little bit better than we have been in previous Grand Prix. It's good. Got Hulkenberg in front here for a point. As we push forward. Where do they want me to finish? 16th is my expected finishing, so we're well ahead of that. If we get ahead of Hulkenberg, that might solidify us in a Renault for Season 5. And we're getting very close to the back of the German. Former rival. My rivalry with Grosjean, I think, is all but lost. They just get a little bit ragged there. I'll get the help of DRS in the next lap. Maintain this good gap here to Hulkenberg. Not if I ride too much of the curb there. Fuel mix, pretty good. 0.7. We're running in a rich mode this entire race. I think Hamilton's leading the Grand Prix, but again, the championship's done and dusted, so it doesn't matter. DRS is enabled. Whoa, and I get a big slide there after getting a bit of grass on the back of the tyre there. Hold on to it. But that's not going to help as we try and catch up to Hulk. Not in the slightest. It allows Suck My Balls Baby, or Suck My Balls Honey, to have a bit of a sniff on my rectum. That sounds probably all kinds of inappropriate if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Sorry, Shedmeister, if you've come into F1 a little bit late and wonder why I keep referring to Kevin Magnussen as wanting to suck testicles so much. Again, just type in Kevin Magnussen, Nico Hulkenberg into YouTube, and I'm sure the first video that will pop up is a little post-race interview they had after the Hungarian Grand Prix. Quite hilarious, actually. Pace of this car is good, though. I'm liking it. Sad to say that in what probably will be our second last race for the team, that finally we get a good pace behind this Toro Rosso. Well, you never know. Renault's interest might wane. We might only have an interest from Haas or McLaren. I don't know if we want to go to Haas. I'd almost be tempted to stay at Toro Rosso for another season and develop the car. Because we're right on the cusp of eclipsing Haas, actually, in terms of our overall development. Anyway, we've still got this car in rich mode on the penultimate lap. We've run at rich mode the entire race. So again, that improvement you can feel. That's what we did in the Sauber, wasn't it? We improved the engine enough that we could run at rich mode basically the entire race, no matter what circuit it was. So that part of the development does work. I don't think we're going to be able to catch the Hulk by the end of this race for a point, sadly. But we've got one more lap to go after this. You never know. If I can string this together and maintain this pressure on him, a point might be ours for the taking. If I can get this clean up into the main straight and into turn 1 and 2, we might get some DRS heading up to turn 3 and maintain some pressure on him. I think we can keep rich mode for the rest of this race here, folks. I think we're safe. 23 tenths, but I've got a feeling we can do it. Hold on to it here. Hold on to it here. Yes. Are we close enough for DRS? Are we close enough for DRS? No, we're not. We're right on the cusp of that rich mode. We're going to hold on to it, I feel. The fuel light's flashing. 0.17. It's a big risk we're taking here. It's a huge risk. We're testing the development so much here on the Toro Rosso. We push for this final point. 13 now. We've only got a few corners to go here. 12. If anything, we'll run out of fuel right on the line. That happened in one of our invitationals, didn't it? Alright, we're not going to catch him. We'll put this down to standard just to save face. Hamilton wins. Oh, we're very close. We're going to put it down onto lean, just to be completely safe. And 11th place. Miss out on a point just, but we'll take that. Thank you, Jeffrey. We are one race away from completing the perfect season in terms of finishing every round. We've already done it in consecutive races, 21 races in a row now, but can you believe that that was possible? Considering how I've driven in previous Grand Prix before. Anyway, Hamilton, Vettel, Raikkonen. Just have a bit of a look at the replay just to see how I got off the grid there. And I think it was here that cost me with the McLaren. Bloody Alonso. Yep, squeezed into it there. And again off circuit, but held on to it. And just the power behind me though here, past the Honda, just so much. Thanking you. And I'll take that. Alright, one more round to go. We'll have an invitational one. We'll see obviously how we go in the points. We might skip it. If we don't see it, we'll skip it. We'll get the development up for the last race. We'll see how we go. But we don't need to look at the standings because obviously we know that the race is already won and done, the championship and all that sort of jazz. But actually, we'll have a bit of a gander. So I need to get 6 more points in Ocon in the last round to move up into 9th. That's what we need to see. We'll be back either for an invitational or Abu Dhabi, depending on what we've decided to do. Thank you for tuning to Casual Gamer. I was here in Season 5 of F1 2017 Career Mode. Good night.